honestly thought the idea of a Q&A video might be kind of arrogant because it's something that highly followed YouTubers do, and I'm certainly not that. But a lot of you who have seen my TV shows or watched my videos on YouTube have been emailing me over the years with similar questions, and I feel really bad when I can't respond to you all individually. So I thought this might be the fastest way to get back to more of you at once, seeing as you have the same questions. I was super surprised at how many people wrote questions on my Instagram and Facebook. And what I thought might be best is if I split them into categories so that I don't bore some of you who are interested in filmmaking, others who are interested in like moving to a foreign country. And this video, I'm going to deal with how to stay happy when you're rejected or you're like just not getting where you want to get in life. A lot of you like wrote to me about this topic. Okay, so GNimnetTech says, "Hey Kylie, how are you so positive and happy all the time? I try, but at some point I'm always becoming cranky." Everybody does. Everybody becomes cranky at some point. In all your videos, I've never seen you being cranky. How can you still be positive when the world is acting negative too? Also, Duchess of Somerset asked, what keeps you pushing through when smiles become tears? Thank you guys so much, like really great questions, and it's a topic I'm super passionate about. Then I also got a video question from Sid Chen. Sid, you were the only one who sent a video. Thank you so much. You just seem like such a cool, humble guy, and I was so moved by your video. Anyway, this is his question for me.
Hi Kylie, I've been following you for quite a while now, and I'm still getting surprised by how amazing your videos are every time you put a new one out. So thank you so much for being who you are and doing what you do. My question for you is, while all your materials look absolutely beautiful, inspiring, and captivating all the time, I'm pretty sure there are times when you feel discouraged, when you feel like getting turned down, or even just want to give up. So what keeps you going? Not just for another day, not just for another week, but what pushes you through years and years of hard working, and what motivates you and what picks you back up when you feel like hitting a dead end?
Let me start by saying, like, I am a very bubbly, overly emotional, positive person. That is just my nature. But every single person has like a day or a time of insecurity, of feeling just depressed. And it can be for millions of reasons, or it can just be for no reason at all. You just wake up feeling like, oh, what's the point? Like, what's the point in even trying? I don't know your particular situation, so apologies if this isn't relevant to you, but I do have some things over the years that have helped me, and I don't know, maybe they can help you too. One of the things I do is use your rejection. And by this I mean, if someone you're attracted to lets you down or turns you down, you don't get funding, you don't get the job you're going for, you know, people around you, your family don't understand you, or friends, or perhaps there's just like a financial obstacle that comes in your way that means that you have to wait longer in order to get to your dream job or your dream lifestyle. Use that. When it happens, when the rejection or the letdown or the disappointment occurs, I mean, be kind to yourself. Give yourself like the whole day just to mope around and be sad and feel sorry for yourself, because it is disappointing. Like if you're honest and you're hardworking and you're going after something that you're passionate about, it is so disappointing when it doesn't work out. And I felt that a million times. And I just lie around and I'm like, why? That's a part of the process, and you need to do that. Then the next day you got to get up and you have to use your rejection to make you stronger. Now, if I had heard some motivational speaker say this, I would just roll my eyes and say, what does that even mean? Like, make you stronger? Like, what a cliche. Give me some like tangible, actionable advice. Okay, I will try. Okay, so rewind back many years ago. I was in Australia, my home country, working as a magazine editor and publisher, working crazy hours. I was so stressed, working till like 11 o'clock in the office. Then on the weekends, to earn more money, I would go and waitress and cook in my boyfriend at the time's restaurant. And on top of that, I was also, like, between the hours of 2 a.m. and like sunrise, I was pitching to production companies all over the world because I had this dream of creating a TV show in Italy that I would host and produce, even though I'd never done anything like this before. And you have no idea, like, I emailed so many people, I mean hundreds of people, just trying to get a pilot filmed. Finally, I find a little production company in Rome who say yes. They say, okay, you've convinced us, come over, we'll make a pilot episode. I'm thrilled. I think, wow, like, I've made it, finally. I've worked so hard, this is it. So I quit my job, I get a visa, I book my ticket to Italy, and then I think it was about a week or something before I was going to fly out, they email me and say, hi Kylie, we've changed our mind. I was crushed. I was like, what? I've got everything all organized. I have no other job options in Italy. Like, how can this happen? But I just emailed them back and said, thank you so much. I'm still going to come to Italy and I'm still somehow going to make this show. So I arrive in Italy. I spend a year becoming fluent. I travel all over. I make contacts. I make friends. I really get to understand the culture. And then, like, about a year or so after arriving in Italy, I managed to get the same production company to make a pilot of the show. And then that show ends up being sold into 68 countries around the world on Nat Geo, Discovery. I'm the creator, the producer, the host. It's amazing. But you know what? Like, the thing that gave that show the point of difference was that I was then fluent in Italian, so I could interview everyone in their native language. I knew the country so intimately that I wasn't just like this host that flies in from the US or the UK for 3 weeks and then goes back to the studio. I had contacts and friends in every single region in Italy. You know, if you had asked me back when I was in Australia, are you ready for this experience? Do you deserve it? Have you researched your market? I would have said yes. I was so impatient, as we often are when we're passionate about a project. But in the end, I made a better show because I had to wait a year in between when I thought I would get the experience and when the experience actually happened. Every time someone doesn't believe in me, I use their rejection as the catalyst for my growth, my self-improvement. Sorry, this is sounding super cliched, but it works. If someone comes between you and your dream and you're made to wait, don't waste time getting depressed about it. Use that time to learn a new skill, get more experiences, research your market better, make yourself more employable, give yourself that competitive edge. You can always do more. You can always sort of grow, I guess, as an individual. And you know what? Most times this stuff is free. It's out there on the internet. You can educate yourself. You can do this on your own. You can. I mean, I couldn't afford to go to film school. I was living in Italy. It was difficult to find courses that were near me. And I just taught myself to film and edit online with tutorials alone. You know, when I had this big idea and I pitched it and I was, you know, got all the way to the end with a sponsor and then they turned me down, and I thought, okay, fine. I'm going to use this time that I would have been out there living my dream. I'm going to use this time to become a drone pilot and make my work even better so that next time I come back to you, I will have something more to offer. I think you've got to have this mindset, because you know what happens then is your self-worth, your happiness is not dependent on whether someone says yes or no to you. Because no matter what, every day, every year, you are in control of growing, of improving, of becoming a more interesting person. You know, even if it's, I mean, not even just through education, but even through experiences. It's all about being able to get up every day and see that you are moving, that you're not stagnating. Because think about it, like if you're just waiting by your phone or waiting by your inbox, hoping that something good will happen, that someone will discover you, no, it's too passive, and you can just end up spiraling down thinking, why aren't I as lucky as this person, like being all envious of someone on Instagram, like scrolling through their life and saying, oh, it's so easy for them. Yeah, sure, it's probably easy for some people, but most people, I think, work hard. Most people, you don't see all the years of work behind what they've done, what they've achieved. I think you've got to be productive. You've got to be doing a little thing, like one little thing, sending off an email, enrolling in a course, you know, teaching yourself a tutorial online, going to an event where you might be able to make contacts and network. You've got to be doing one little thing every day or every week. I often have days where I will call up my mom and I will say, I just feel like I'm failing at life in general, like my love life, my work, everything. And you know, this is where keeping a diary helps, because sometimes you're so close to your pursuits that you don't realize when there has actually been change or growth. And if you keep a diary, you know, it means that you can sort of look back. Even sometimes I look back on stuff I've written like a month ago and say, wow, you know, actually I am moving. The other thing is you've got to be honest with yourself and just say, have I really done everything within my capability to change this situation, to lose weight or move to this country, or, you know, find a group of friends that I can relate to, or get that job. I mean, I feel like there's just always more we can be doing, and sometimes we kind of lie to ourselves and be like, no, you know what, I've worked so hard and I deserve this. If you want a life that is extraordinary, you've got to be willing to do things out of the ordinary. You've got to be able to go above and beyond. Leah Holmes asks, what was your childhood like? Leah, I was really lucky. It was a fairy tale. My sister and I have these parents who created this magical world. Even at times when we didn't have a lot of money, and there were a lot of those times, they always made us feel like anything was possible. I was a bit of a geek, and on and off through primary school and high school, I was bullied a lot. Some days I remember just coming home in tears to my mother and my grandmother and saying, I cannot face school tomorrow, I cannot go in there. And then oftentimes in the lunch hour, when I had no one to sit with, I would go and hide in the toilet cubicle just for the whole hour and read. And I think the thing that got me through this is that when you are passionate about something and you just know it in your heart, like, this makes me happy, then I don't know, you become very resilient. Nothing else matters because you just know. And I remember even very, very young, when I was being teased and bullied, having this unswerving certainty that school and the whole social hierarchy should be in no way connected to the way I assess my value as a human being, or should dictate in any way what my passions are, what made me happy. Because I knew that reading made me happy. I knew that writing stories made me happy. And do you know what? I feel like if I hadn't been that outsider, if I hadn't sort of been a bit of a loner, then I would never have become this acute observer of human behavior, of picking up on small details, watching how people interact with each other, like something that I use every day as a writer, as a filmmaker. Okay, BinB29 asked, hi Kylie, what drives you, and do you find what you're doing is connected to something you were interested in as a child? Also, Samantha Meza asks, when did it really hit you that this is what you knew you had to do? I remember just being like this little girl about 5 or 6 years old and just seeing like a stack of blank paper and feeling so excited, like, wow, like, imagine all the stories I can write. And I think that for me, I mean, I moved into journalism and then obviously into filmmaking, and that was just a natural segue, because honestly, whether you're writing an article for a magazine or whether you're creating a video, at the end of the day, you are still trying to take someone on a journey and make them feel an emotion. Another thing that I do when I'm really feeling depressed and just like nothing's going my way, at that time, you need to remind yourself, like, why did you get into this? Why were you excited by this project or this path in the beginning? So, you know, if you're trying to move to another country, go and watch a film that is set in that country and remind yourself why you fell in love with it. Go and watch a vlog by someone who's doing what you would like to be doing. And I find like it just, I guess you've got to find the right person, right? You can't just find someone who you're just super envious of, because that can be debilitating. Like you just spiral out of control, just being like, stalking them online and saying, why is their life so easy and I'm never gonna be as good as them. Okay, not that type of person, just like the type of person who has had some kind of struggle, so that you can look back at their earlier vlogs or their earlier blogs, or just read about them and say, wow, you know what, like they're living my dream life now, but it wasn't always that way. And you've got to remind yourself, like you just never know someone's backstory until you look a little bit deeper. Everybody has struggled in some way. I truly believe that. I often watch vlogs by Casey Neistat because he's so motivational. I mean, just through the way he lives. I mean, not in a very preachy, like patronizing way, just by getting out there and doing daily vlogs, which, wow, is just so disciplined. But then also because he has been going at this for years. If you're feeling depressed right now, today, tonight, as you're watching this video, just know this one thing. It will pass, I promise you. I know it feels like it will go on forever, much like this video, but think about it, it's just science, it's nature. We are living, breathing, organic, fluctuating, moody, transient beings. Like life is going to change whether you like it or not. So trust that and know that you're going to get through this. Thank you so much for watching. The next video, I'm going to answer all of the questions. There are a lot of them about learning Italian, moving to a foreign country, living in Italy. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.